Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. I'm one of your hosts, JA, and I'm joined by the big Zorba Persian powerlifter, Georgie K.
That again.
How are you, big dog? You been well?
Mate, I am so I'm just happy to be here. I feel like we've only been gone a week, but I feel like it's been ages. I just miss you guys.
I think going to the one a week is it's been tougher than I thought.
Yeah,
you know?
but it's tough on me.
It's tougher on you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to need therapy, man.
Oh, fair enough. Scotty?
Only for this, you reckon?
Speaking of people who 100% need therapy, Scotty, how are you, buddy?
No, I don't need therapy. I'm sweet. That's the rest of the world that's got problems.
Yeah, spoken like someone who needs therapy.
Actually, in 2026, that's very accurate.
Very fair, very fair. Bit of a loose show tonight. We're going to do a few news topics, some stuff.
I like a bit of loose.
Bit of loose show. Some free agency that was late last week that we didn't get to.
Yep.
Some trades that have happened yesterday and today, which are really, really cool for a couple of teams. We'll see how that plays out. And then we're going to do a bit of something fun at the end. I thought with free agency being in the air, I've gone through and found about 7 or 8 of the worst contracts ever in free agency.
And wow.
They're pretty fun. There were some I'd forgotten about. They were very, very interesting.
I like to have some fun. So here we go.
100%. Follow our...
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You are so anti-fun.
And our sponsors, the Sporting the Sporting Globe Churnside Park, where George sometimes goes down to have zero fun, but gets a great meal.
Hey, a beautiful meal. Thank you very much.
Beautiful meal.
He has to starve himself for 3 days before it, so the calories all even out.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Make sure you download the app, go to the account information, change your sponsorship to the Vault NFL podcast, and keep getting in there. It goes a long way to helping us. There's going to be some upgrades coming in the next couple of weeks, which have been a massive part from the Sporting Globe and from all you guys for helping us out. So
shout out to David Nelois.
Yeah, we very much appreciate it. And follow us on all our socials, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. TikTok's all our new followers on TikTok. Really appreciate it.
Ooh.
Hope you're coming over the long form. We've had a fair few the last week or so,
Nice.
and YouTube as well. So it's been really good.
Love it.
God, if they're enjoying this content in the dead part of the season, they're going to froth the actual season.
As I said, we don't quit in here. The NFL don't sleep. The Vault Studio NFL podcast don't sleep.
I don't quit, mate. I don't quit. I do my best work after midnight.
What? Asleep?
Yeah,
getting your good sleep.
That's exactly right. Get my 8 hours, bro.
I can tell you this week, after Carlton won last Thursday, which was
no one cares about AFL.
George said, I'm going to sleep like a baby, and then sent us his sleep report from the next night. It's like, told you.
92, excellent is what it was.
So we know he's monitoring. Let's start with not the biggest trade of the week, but it was the first one. The Chiefs trade a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields. What do we think of this? Do you think he'll start week 1?
Well, obviously, it all comes down to Mahomes and how he gets through the preseason. And it's also just good insurance. I don't think that they could get anyone better.
Yeah, it's fair.
Without getting like a recycled old hack.
Well, they ran out Minshew last year, who's just, I mean, he's
terrible. Oh well, that was just the tank commander at that point.
Yeah,
but
very fair. Yeah.
The commander's very good from you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's essentially what it was, and he's gone to the Cardinals. Welcome. But I don't think they want to get in the business of Kirk Cousins.
No.
I think that's like I wouldn't want to get in that business. So getting Fields, flyer, you know what? If he shows a little bit of something in a good system, you could potentially flick him off if a team gets a quarterback injury.
He's on the last year of his 2-year deal from the Jets.
And they paid most of it out. I think it's only on the cap for about $3 million or something.
I thought it was like 5 or 6, but whatever. Yeah, something very small like that.
Yeah, so it's basically a free swing. I like it. And I like it for Fields. I'm a big fan for Fields. I hope it all comes together for him. And learning with Andy Reid for a year, if he's there for the whole year.
Andy Reid's always liked him as well. He's always spoken very highly of him, of his skill set. Like I said, I like Justin Fields as well. He's just a very likable kid.
Fine young man. He really is.
Yeah.
You hear him talk, you just think this kid's a legend.
It's just one of those ones you really just feel bad. It hasn't all clicked yet.
So what I was going to say was that, it's a 6th-round pick. I think it's a next year 6th-round pick as well. Or this year.
No.
This year's.
No, next year 6th round.
So essentially, it's like by then it's basically like 7. It's worth nothing. It's a nothing.
I think there's some roll ups if he plays a certain amount. It can roll up.
Whatever. Anyway, whatever. It's basically for, like Scott said, it's a free swing. It's $3 or $4 million. Like whatever. Who cares? The bit I want to talk about is if you just look at the caliber of coaches that he's played for and been taught under versus who he's playing for now.
Yep.
He's had a lot of like fucking Eberflus and who did he have? Aaron Glenn, like
Matt Nagy.
Did you
for
have
the
Matt
start.
Nagy for us at the start?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of like dumpster fire coaches, and to have
Tomlin for 5 games.
as well. So which was weird how they pulled him. He was 4-1 or 5-0, and they pulled him for
I
Russ.
think he was 5-1. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5-1, and they pulled him for Russ, which was just diabolical. Anyway, I think that really killed his confidence for what it's worth. But to
But it
have-
also made him not go back to Pittsburgh because they wanted him
and
back.
they wanted
he
him
said,
back.
"No."
That's right. Yeah,
He also had Aaron Glenn as well.
that's what I'm saying. So he's had,
Like,
he's
you
had
know
I
what I
think
mean?
they're calling him Noddy now.
Jesus Christ.
You know, the little man with the red and yellow car.
Yeah.
He sleeps all the time.
They need to get him a sponsorship for Red Bull or something. That would actually be a good play.
Mate,
Anyway,
that's
Hey,
sick,
Red Bull, if you're listening for any sponsorship, I'm on board.
us. So he's had a
I'll hide
plethora
this.
of garbage coaches for his entire career, and just for himself personally, for his own brand and his own confidence and his own sort of like belief in himself, to have that caliber of coach, in my opinion, the best ever, to call him up and say, "Hey, like I want you to come and play for me," like that. I'm hoping that it just does something to just recharge and revitalize himself and his career, man.
And in addition to that, like, I know that you don't think highly of Mahomes, but the general public would agree that Mahomes is a good quarterback. And
Only
Mahomes,
as a you just don't like him as a bloke.
No,
like you
no,
think
no,
he's a
no,
good
no.
player.
I think he's an excellent player. I just think he's a cheat.
anyway,
That's all
we're not going down that rabbit hole.
No, we don't have to.
But like Mahomes is always there in OTAs. He's always there for every preseason game, and he's always there like throughout. He's like one of those competitor guys. And even if he's not 100% fit or ready to play, he will still be on the field with Fields. So and like you've got that veteran leader now, and the veteran coach, and Bellamy as an offensive coordinator. Like backing onto your point, Fields is never going to get a better situation like this.
Yeah,
and you
like, I
hope
agree.
that it's like the Darnold thing when he went to the 49ers and sort of broke down all the bad habits that he picked up at the Jets and all these other areas. And then he can go to a good organization that plays quarterback the right way and shows you everything that you need to do.
Yep.
And it
Hopefully
gives him a
just by-
chance to restarting his career.
Just by osmosis, everything just sort
I
of
think
seeps into
I
his
think
brain.
he's only 26
He's
as
so
well.
young, bro.
Yeah.
So like, there's plenty of years left for him, and like I think quarterbacks over the past kind of 5 or 6 years, it's becoming more common that they reset and then become good players. Again,
Yes.
like Baker, Darnold, obviously, Bryce Young. In fairness, like he was
Yeah.
done. New coach came in, turned it around. Like
Yep.
he's now a starter. Like you know what I mean. He's from where it started to where it is now. It's chalk and
Malik
cheese.
Willis, we've got a big
Malik
contract. We're going
Willis.
to talk about him in a minute.
Like it happens.
Kyler's
more often.
been thrown a lifeline. Like it
Yeah.
happens all the time.
So
Well, that's-
more time.
Is that leading off the path here? Is that one? If you had to pick one way or another, would that be that quarterbacks aren't NFL ready coming out of college, or coaches aren't given the leadway through their contract to develop a quarterback, a young
Both.
quarterback?
I think it's both because
No,
they're
but
not-
if you had to pick,
Oh,
one,
I think it's QB's not coming in ready.
yeah, I think the college system does. I think the college system is so
Dumbed down.
You've got the better players, so you win because you've got the better athletes, you've got the better guys, right?
That McCarthy's a perfect example.
Yeah, that's how it all works.
hang on, no. McCarthy was almost playing as bad in Michigan than what he's playing now.
But his team was so good that it carried him and got him drafted in the top 10.
Yeah.
That's the
That's-
reality of it. Because their team was so talented. So most of the teams
Hang
they
on.
played,
That's
they were
poor
talented.
scouting.
I agree. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying why he was successful in college came from the fact that his team at every position was better than every team they played.
Yes.
Didn't every starter on that team get drafted
I
in the NFL?
Not-
believe.
No. They didn't.
close. No, that was the old Florida State team with Jameis
Yeah.
Winston. Who's another example. Got
Yeah.
to the NFL and couldn't stop turning the ball over.
Yeah.
There's plenty of guys that have struggled, and I think it's because the college system is the discrepancy in
Of talent.
talent
Yeah.
is so high. And
Because you might only play like one or two other teams that like got NFL, even got NFL guys on their side, kind of thing. So that's
most
very-
teams those top teams would play. 80% of the games they're playing guys that might have one or two NFL guys
Yeah.
max, and they're probably late round picks.
Yeah.
Maybe a rare, like really good one guy, and then
I'm
then-
probably outside of the top 5 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of that's what I'm saying. Like 80% of the games they play, they're not
Yeah.
playing against NFL caliber. So when they're
Yeah.
playing against all 11 guys that are NFL caliber players, no matter even if they're the worst team, it's still guys that are better than anything they've seen in
True.
college. So I think that's where the quarterback
The
play
final
really
word I want to
struggles.
say on this, and we've all been very positive of Fields because we're very pro Fields here. which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
The other side of that coin is as follows: if Andy Reid can't make him a good quarterback, that's it.
I think
That's probably fair.
I think he'll make
That's
a
it.
career as a backup though, because he's talented. I think it'll shift. This year will make or break him. It's kind of like Malik Willis. If he gets a couple of opportunities, he could
Like as a starter, is that what you're saying?
he could reset and kind of get like have another opportunity. But if he doesn't show anything in the games he does get to play, if there's any, then I think that'll be it for him as a starter, and then he'll probably just bounce around as a backup for a few years.
And then the best case scenario at that point would be like a Geno Smith where he bounced around as a backup for 5 or 6 years and then got his opportunity and then made the most of it. But that's a 1 in a million sort of
I'm
chance.
100% ride or die Fields. I hope he does well.
Yeah, me too. The other big trade of the week, this one happened earlier this morning. The Denver Broncos, who have really been very inactive in all of free agency, they've lost much more than they've gained. They make a splash move and trade for Jalen Waddle from the Dolphins.
Did they?
First, third, and fourth round pick.
I think they swap fourths.
Swap fourths.
Yeah.
Swap
So
fourths, so first and third, basically.
can I say just first thing on this to go to a completely other team? Well played by the Bills getting DJ Moore for a second.
Yeah.
Because is DJ Moore a better wide receiver than Waddle? Same tier, do you think?
I'd put them on the same tier.
I'm a huge DJ.
So
Moore,
your point leads perfectly to my point, which is you're saying well done to the Bills. I'm saying did Denver overpay?
I think they overpaid for the player, but I think it was such a good move for their team that I'm not mad about the overpay. Does that make sense? Like,
Sure.
I think it's such a good addition. I think he pairs incredibly well with Sutton. I think he allows them that deep threat. He can
and Evan Ingram as well.
And Evan Ingram, he can actually play any position of wide receiver as well. He's not just an outside. He can play slot as well.
Yeah.
He's very versatile.
Slot, yeah.
He's been very productive when healthy in Miami.
He hasn't missed a whole bunch of games. I don't remember him missing a lot of games.
No, he missed a couple of seasons. He missed a few, but he missed a few here and there. But he's had 1,000 in his 5 seasons. He had 3,000 yard seasons. One where he was almost at 1,500 yards, I believe, when he got his contract. The money's not very high. It's only $24 million a year, which guys like Romeo Dobbs are getting $20 million a year. So it's a really good contract as well. And yeah, I think for Denver as a team, it's a great move. I do think they overpaid in terms of value for the player. But for the team, I think it's worth
because they needed that other receiver,
and they went to the AFC Championship game. Like they're backing that we had another wide receiver. We got a chance, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I think this is very telling that a lot of the league is agreeing that there's not that many good receivers coming out this year.
Yeah.
And I think that Denver goes, well, if we're going to spend our first round pick on a wide receiver, and we don't have a wide receiver with a first round grade, what are our other options? So you're not going to get better. You're not going to get better value for that. And at the point where you add an extra third,
especially like pick 30 or whatever they're picking in the first round.
Exactly. You're talking pick 90 something.
Yeah.
So or 87 or something like that. And then you swap fourths, so you're only moving back probably 10, 12 picks in that third round anyway. So they didn't give up a great deal in the greatest scheme of things when you look at it holistically. So I like it.
First round pick for Jalen Waddle, I think I'm very comfortable. That's the only pick that really matters is that first rounder. And it's a late first rounder in fairness.
Yeah, like I say, you pick 29 or 30 or whatever.
On Miami's side, what the fuck are they doing? Why? Here's what I don't get. Why sign Willis? Why not just play Quinn Ewers for the year and suck? I don't get it.
I said this last week on the podcast.
Or not. I said don't cut Tua. Just let him suck.
You're paying him anyway. You may as well just roll him out because you're going to trade everybody.
Ever.
Yeah,
$150 million.
100 of that is
for
just
that whole team.
Do you want to get the players up?
But they're paying the cap on.
Yeah,
I know them. It's
Tua,
Chubb, Waddle, Chubb, Hill, and the other big one was. I think it was, and Teron Armstead's the other big one who retired, so they can't do much about that.
Okay.
Well, that comes out of a different.
No, same thing. It's still dead cap money because it's money up front, and they chose to not basically take their bonus off him, which is which teams never do, but it's still a hit.
Yeah,
and I think that made up about 130 million of the 150. Then there's like 4 or 5 other players.
Can I tell you why I don't mind it? Because you have to bite the bullet at some stage. You can't just keep going along, prolonging this.
I don't mind getting rid of them all. Why sign Willis then?
Because I think, the contract's pretty good.
It's a good contract. That's fair.
And
what
he's
is it,
shown
2 years, 50 million.
Yeah, it's like 24 million a year or something like that. Yeah.
So the contract's good. They're not in a position to draft a quarterback, and there's no quarterbacks this year.
Yeah.
So and Willis has tape that's really good at the moment.
Yeah,
with-
but then
at
what's
Green
throwing
Bay.
him to the Wolves here going to do?
Exactly. He's playing with
He's got
third
nothing.
But you might not get the guy anyway, so you may as well take a swing at this on such a low deal.
And if
Because
he's
to-
good, then you build around
And if
him.
he's good, you build around him.
Yeah, but how? Okay, and that's like I agree with that sentiment. But how
It was
is
a
it gonna be
3-year
good?
deal as well. First 2 years guaranteed. It was 3 years. I think it was 3 years, like 78 million or something like
Okay.
that. I believe it was 3 years.
Right. Anyway, but my point is, you're saying if he's good, but how's he going to be good? He's playing with third stringers. There's he's being set up to fail. He's got no one
you
to play
still
with.
see if a guy's good and he doesn't have the talent around him. Like we're seeing that with Cam Ward. We're seeing that with other guys before where you're like, okay, they've got the guy on quarterback now they need to develop. And we've seen like how easy is it to get a receiver?
Yeah, you
Like
can find them all.
DJ Moore for a second round pick. Now, what's the difference between a Bills second and a Miami third?
not
So, like, you know what I mean? We're talking about 6 or 7 picks.
I get what you're saying, but I just think that I've also seen Malik Willis play on a bad team with no talent in Tennessee, and he looks fucking bad.
Yeah, and it was also
And then I've seen
Like-
him playing on a good team. with
I'm
good
actually
talent.
looking at more from a
Green
Willis
Bay.
point of view. Like you look at other teams, right? Why didn't the Colts go and pay him 24 million and
Well,
not sign Daniel Jones?
Because they're retarded.
We're going to get to Daniel Jones later when we discuss who our bad free
I,
agents are.
I, I just think that it's a new regime. They rip the band-aid off
Mm.
and they go, all right, we're going to have cap flexibility in a year's time anyway. Once all these dead cap passes, next year we're going to have cap flexibility. We can get who we want. Our draft picks are going to be valuable. And we've got draft picks coming. Like everyone, like they're gathering, stockpiling draft picks anyway.
Yep.
They're going to get comp picks because they let guys walk out the building. So they get themselves, if they get the quarterback right while they're paying all this money, they're going to have excess cap and a lot of draft picks.
Yep.
And then you get a lot of flexibility to either trade for guys that are disgruntled. Like they might turn around and be like, oh, Willis is looking really, really good. Hey, Philly, what's AJ Brown worth? Oh, you're getting a first and a third. Cool. We'll give you a first in this player. Bang.
Yeah.
Done. And now they've got their stud wide receiver. Like they're not out of anything. They've got so many picks and cap flexibility. So
And it's not actually, to your point, it's not too dissimilar to what Denver did not long ago with Russ. They ripped the man that off. They rolled Knicks out there, and they're like, "Oh shit, he's good. We're going to get some
Yeah,
plays in, get some draft
But
picks."
they
in."
cut Russ. They didn't go and cut every single good player on their team.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
what I don't get.
I think
And then they didn't sign a quarterback. They went and, in fairness, 24 million is probably not that far off what a top 10 quarterback. So they get him
or
money anyway.
15
no.
or whatever.
And the dead cap hit for Tua was less as a percentage was less than what the Russ was.
Yes, bigger total, less percentage. Correct.
So-
it's the most total ever. Though.
Still $60 million just this year, though. It's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
and then
but like-
it's 88. I think it's 88 total.
No.
Was it more?
No. It's 99 total.
No,
bro.
9 totals.
So like you're
Not
looking
total.
at, but like we've seen 2 years now of Tua not being very good. Why would you like? How do you sell that to your fans? Going, hey, we're rolling this back with Tua again.
At least if Willis plays well, you'll sell some jerseys,
That's true.
and it's something to build around, different, fresh,
Hey,
new.
I'm Team Willis. I want him to do well. I think he's a good kid, and he looked really good in patches in Green Bay.
Yep.
Like I want him to do well, but I just don't see how with that level of talent around him.
All right, and the not so surprise. I think we said last week it was pretty much 100% certainty he was going to
This
sign
was
with the Vikings.
worst kept secret in the NFL.
Kyler Murray, official of Viking. He couldn't do it until the new year, until the league year started, because he wasn't officially released because the Cardinals were being bit
And
dicks
the
about it,
Vikings
if I'm
are
being
paying
honest.
a bag of Doritos and half can of Coke for him, which
Bet
is even
men.
better.
I think we all agree. Great move for Kyler. Great move for the Vikings. It can't if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Who cares? One year deal, move him on.
It's a 1 year deal, vet man. And what are you going to do? Roll McCarthy out? Like McCarthy's done in the NFL. Like
If Kyler Murray plays really, really, really well next year, there's no way the Vikings let him walk. Is there?
they can't do this twice in 3 years.
Or if they do this again with and with Murray leaving after playing well, that
I think
team's
Kevin
that team's
O'Connell
relocating.
it'd be Kevin O'Connell fired.
No,
It'd
that
be
team's relocating because the fans would burn the fucking
Yeah,
place down.
they'll burn the fucking new stadium down.
They
Yeah.
can't do it twice, surely.
No, there's no way.
I'm excited for this though. I'm excited to
It's
see
a
it.
new GM as
Yep.
well. So on the field, Minnesota are good enough to be with competent QB play. They're good enough to be a playoff team. They're good enough to be a wild card team.
The division's tough, but yeah,
They're good enough to be a wild card team.
Yeah, I
right.
think so.
They could
Yeah.
be in the hunt for a wild card.
What they still finished the year 8 and 9. I mean, they were out of the race very early and then
with
won
the
6 games.
worst, probably the worst quarterback play in the NFL.
Yeah,
No, not
And
probably.
in a very tough division.
Not probably. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
It was atrocious. So,
Yeah.
So I think it's a good spot for Murray as well. I think O'Connell can get the best out of his skill set.
Yep.
And yeah, Murray has no. If he wants to continue playing in the NFL, he's got no choice but to play his balls off because he's waiting on someone to give him some money. And I think that Minnesota's a good long term or like medium term landing spot for him. I think he'll play well and get an extension.
I don't think he will.
Nah.
Do you think he'll struggle?
Yeah, I think he's going to struggle.
Why do you say that?
There are two reasons. McConnell was very this read, and you've got to fire it out straight away. Bang, bang. Kyler Murray has a very big / small issue that he can't see over the fucking line. And it has been an issue his whole career.
Yep.
And how are you going to play on time if Murray needs to roll out of the pocket to throw it deep across the middle?
It's the opposite of playing on time.
It's the exact opposite. Yeah. So now KOC needs to change his entire playbook.
Would you say it's playing off time? Is that what you would say? The opposite?
I think he's playing out of time.
You're out of touch.
Good song.
Yeah.
Good song.
All the notes,
so I even though like on the surface, yeah, this looks good. He's KOC's a quarterback whisperer, this, that, and the other, and everyone's had success, but like he's had success with guys that like throwing across the middle. Like Darnold's like a gunslinger. He'll throw it. If there's a window, he's jamming it in there.
Step up, make the read.
And he's got a cannon for an arm. Like pre-injury Kirk Cousins, like sure, he's a check down king, but like
very productive.
If his first read is in the middle, he's throwing it in the middle.
Yeah, if the guy's open, he's going to throw it. That's it.
Like Kyler Murray doesn't
Kyler Murray's got a good enough arm. He's just too short.
I'm not saying that arm talent's not the issue, but if you're playing on time and your first read's across the middle, he's not making that throw. He rolls out and he's relying on an out route or a deep route, and that's not KOC's playbook.
If Kyler Murray is not good next year and the Vikings aren't good next year, KOC's done.
I believe so as well.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
He's full hung his noose with JJ McCarthy. He screamed up and down to get him. He's been a bag of shit the entire time we've seen him outside of one half against an ordinary defense. And
it's just crazy.
And they've ruined their window. They had a somewhat of a championship window. They had a good team.
It's not an unrealistic thing that if Darnold stayed there last year and shook the demons, which he did shake in Seattle, shook them in Minnesota, it's not an outrageous thing to say that they couldn't have done what Seattle did.
They had the potential, whether they would or not. Potential.
It's not. If I told you Darnold was staying there last year and they're going to be a really good team again, that's not an unrealistic statement.
Yeah,
we literally said that if
they won 14 games a year before.
If JJ McCarthy sucks, they've screwed it, the whole thing, and they did. So they're now trying to fix it. I like that. Good luck to Kyler. I hope he has a good year.
Your point on O'Connell is right, because the noose is tightening, because last offseason it was either him or the GM's got to go, and the GM
he's not the hottest seat in the NFL, but he's just got a little gentle boil going under him.
Oh no, I think it's a lot hotter than that.
And if there's a rope that's holding him up, and that rope is Kyler Murray. Very short rope, but
short rope.
A long separate.
The funny part is he's like 5'7", which is taller than Scott.
Yeah, that's real low hanging fruit right there.
How tall is he actually?
I think we're probably the same height. So I
actually think he's like 5'10". It's just on the NFL. He looks.
There's no way he's 5'10".
He's 5'10".
Yeah. Look. I think he is. Look it up.
I think KOC is on a very hot seat, and potentially
worst
case scenario. Not first coach 5, because I think
he's listed as 178. 178.
Yeah, we're the same height,
which is 5'10".
Yeah,
there's no way he's 5'10".
He's not even hitting the 180.
There's absolutely no chance on earth he's 5'10". He's
shout out to my short king.
The thing is, like, you're not even short in my mind. It's like, but he looks like he's a.
When I hang out with you guys, I look short, but when I hang out with
in fairness, when we hang out with George, I look short.
Yeah, when I hang out with general public, I'm just
so funny, because like you're like 6'1", man. Like you're like a big dude.
Ouch. 6'3". No, I'm 6'2". All right, I lied. You found my trauma. All right, let's move on to Darius Slay retires from the NFL. I just want to give him a shout out. Very, very good career. Very good career in Detroit. I think people forget how good he was there.
Good gun in Detroit.
And then he was very good at the Eagles, won a Super Bowl.
The first stint he was.
Yeah.
The second stint he got burnt a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
he was getting older. The end comes quick at corner, man.
No, it wasn't a dig at all. I was just saying, like, he was very good after leaving.
Did he win 2 Super Bowls with Philly? Did he win the 2017 one?
No, I think he was still at Detroit
then?
No, I think it was in Detroit then.
Yeah, so he's definitely won one. Hey, hats
Shea.
off to him. He's been a
big play.
terrific player. One of the best corners of the past 15 years for
Big
sure.
play, Slade. Get around him.
Yeah,
He-
I really enjoyed him.
I hope he retires. Did he retire an Eagle? Yes.
I didn't see the 1 day contract sort of thing. I think
Yeah, it was
retired.
last year he played for Steelers.
Yeah, he did. But he was elite at Detroit on an
Yeah, he was.
awful team for
When they had that
6
team
or
with
7
Condre
years.
Diggs and stuff like
Yeah.
that, they were a good secondary. So
yeah, he's a very good player.
Yeah.
All right. I thought we'd touch on just a few remaining free agents. Obviously, there's a fair few left. I just want to do 4 or 5 and go
Sure.
through them. First one starting Kirk Cousins. What are we thinking?
Raiders.
No, he's not going to the Raiders. They're going to get Mendoza.
Well, there's no starting job, so why wouldn't they get a veteran there, and just in case Mendoza needs some time?
I don't know about that. I think they're just going to take Mendoza and just throw him to the Wolves.
Roll with it.
It's
Yeah.
called. I believe they call it the Raiders way.
You got Brady in the building, you got Shanahan in the building. They're not dumb guys. They're going to get a veteran guy there.
I don't hate the call. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Raiders are smart enough to do that. Maybe
They don't
Brady
need to pay
changes
him. They don't need to
that.
pay him.
because he's still getting paid by.
So they give him the vet min, and they're like, "Hey, back him up." And then if it works out that you need to jump in, you're ready to go.
in fairness, the only team that's needing a starter is Pittsburgh. That's the only team
Well,
that's
that's what-
they
that's what
don't
I was
even
gonna
know
say.
who their starters. are.
He's not wanting. Kirk Cousins still thinks he's a starter. In the
Okay, Kirk Cousins can think he's a fucking leprchaun, but it's what the NFL
You're
thinks. of
closer to
him.
leprechaun than he is, by the way.
I don't know.
He's 6'5".
We're taking all the low hanging fruit. Right?
Yeah. No, but he can think he's whatever the fuck he wants to be, but the NFL has worked out that he's not a starting quarterback.
Yeah, okay,
And if you want to stay in the NFL, you need to back up. And if he wants to stay in the NFL for the next 2 or 3 years, back up a rookie.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but he
Or
still
wait for an
thinks-
injury.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
waiting for an injury so he can be a starter. That's what he's doing right now, which I don't hate.
I actually personally
Because you
think
can be a backup at any time. You can get signed as a backup at any time. There's
I think
only
so.
a finite amount of starting jobs.
Yeah.
Obviously, no one's making any calls yet, or if they are, they're only very preliminary calls. He's waiting for an injury, 100%.
And I think the other guy I've got on the list is Aaron Rodgers. I think Pittsburgh, are genuinely thinking Rodgers may return to him now.
Yeah,
I think
Because all the markets have dried up.
Yeah.
He wants to be a starter. I think it'll be Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh.
Well, who would you rather?
Probably Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Yeah, probably Rodgers. I think Rodgers was fine last year. And that team got better with Pittman. The offense is essentially, it's a better skill group now. It could be a better
I
situation.
say what you want about McCarthy. At least he's like an offensive minded coach. He's going to try and do something with that offense.
That's the only thing. Does Rodgers want to play? It would be wild if McCarthy brings Rodgers back.
2 desperate guys land in the same city and they want to stay in the NFL. They're going to have to work it out.
There's also a realistic chance that Rodgers just goes, "Hey, deuces, man. I don't really want to play for
Then
Pittsburgh and
I
McCarthy
think-
again. I'm out."
I think there is 2 choices.
Yeah.
I-
Thanks for everything.
Yeah.
obviously-
Or someone gets hurt and the 2 are sitting there and it's like, touch wood, starting quarterback goes down, bang. All right, Rodgers want to come play for us.
Yeah,
this year.
personally, I think that's the
Like-
path that Cousins is going to take.
Prescott breaks his ankle in the first preseason game.
Yeah.
Horrible to think about. Hope it doesn't happen. And they're like,
Would you-
fuck, what are we going to do?
What would you go? I'd rather go Milton over Cousins.
It depends, right? I'm trying to think not from myself, from the Cowboys' point of view, because they always think they're a chance to win it. They will think, we can't win this with Milton. Let's bring in Rodgers, and that's our best chance of still
Sure.
being a good team.
But
which will fail dramatically.
even then, Dak's out of contract soon, and then if you go,
No. Dak's got 4. He got extended last year, remember? A $60 million deal. I don't even think his new contract kicks in till this year.
oh yeah, okay,
Because he got the 4-year extension.
okay. I thought he was in his second year.
Nah,
of
he
it.
got extended for 4 years. I think he still has this year, including this year, 4 years. At worst, it'd be 3. He's still
Yeah.
well under contract.
Well, I mean, either way, he's coming like he's an aging guy.
Yeah.
So you need to know what you got in Milton. In your hypothetical, throw him out there and see what you got.
So what happens?
Going back to the Rodgers Cousins thing, I think, like I said, Cousins is waiting for an injury so he can be a starter. Rodgers, I think, because of the Murray signing with Minnesota, that was maybe he was sort of waiting to see how that was going to pan out.
Yeah.
And now he's probably sitting in a dark room somewhere in a darkness retreat,
All right, Oscar.
smoking his peyote
With
talking
his wife.
with his wife, who might be Monte Teo's girlfriend. we don't know.
She's getting around.
So that's a niche pool for everyone there.
It's very good. Can I actually tell you a funny story on Manti Teo?
Sure.
Remember when his doco came out?
Yeah.
Came home one night and Sophie was watching the documentary. She's
Shout
like,
out to Soph.
have you ever heard of this Manti Te'o guy? I'm like, no, tell me all about him. What happened?
You troll.
Like, well, he was a great college player apparently, and then he had some girlfriend, some guy troll him and catfish him to think. I've never heard
Oh
this
my
story.
God,
Like,
that's
get
so
your head out of your ass, Sophie. 7 years ago, walked
Yeah.
So he's smoking his peyote and he's working out. Am I going to go back and play for the Steelers, or am I just going to ride off into the
I
season?
think-
That's all it
he-
is now.
He's the wily old vet, and he's got enough runs on the board where he'll just roll in just before the preseason.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I think, and I still think, you know what, Rodgers is the kind of guy that I don't think he's ready to give up the limelight just yet either.
Nah,
That's
he
what I
loves
think.
it.
I think
I
he
think
still
he
wants to
loves
be in the NFL. He still wants the cameras on him a little bit too. You know,
Yeah, he loves it.
So,
I think he probably wants to be more for the locker room. I think he's a really good locker room guy. He doesn't give a fuck about the media as much.
He's
but
very well. liked.
No. I think he gives a fuck about the media, but he acts like he doesn't. Like he
potentially.
wants to be famous.
Like, he still goes on Pat McAfee.
That's what I'm saying. He wants.
He
to
knows
be
what he's
famous.
doing.
Yeah, but I think that's the boys thing though. So I think
But potentially, but remember, like, McAfee is ESPN now. Like, he's not. It's not just his YouTube show anymore.
no,
Like,
I know.
he's one of the biggest sports programs in the world.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
get that. But the way they go about it is it's
It's
not
the boys'
very
club.
structured. It's like a boys thing. They'll talk shit, they swear, they do whatever the fuck they want. And like that, I think resonates more with Rodgers than being a TV personality. It has to be
Yeah, that's fair.
wearing the suit and
Like
straight down the
AJ
line.
Hawks on the video all the time, smoking the stogie in his
Yeah.
library.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
you like, they ask him a question, he's got to wait till he finishes the fattest drag.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Shout out to AJ Hawk.
Actually, we find Pat McAfee was actually giving him shit about his wife that day, Aaron Rodgers, in a clip I saw. He was like, "Yeah, you were away with your mysterious wife, are you?"
Yeah.
He's like,
That's pretty funny.
he's like, for the record, none of us believe you have a wife.
Yeah.
he's like, hey, you don't have to believe it, man. I'm the only thing that has to
Who else
believe
you got
it.
on the list?
Joey Bosa.
Oh, okay.
I think Niners.
Yeah, all reports is
Yeah.
that Niners, the brothers, going to play.
Yeah, when I put him on the list like 2 nights ago, it hadn't come. And the next morning, I'm like, their mum tweeted him in his Niners uniform saying, "Put my boys together."
Nice.
That'd be fun. That'd be good. It'd be a good fit too. Good for the
Absolutely would be.
Niners need edge rush. He can give him a bit of play. He's not desperate to start. He doesn't have to play all the rushing, the rundowns and stuff like that. He could just be a situational guy
Bit
for
more,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, you get
I'd-
Bosa back healthy.
I'd have him in Philly in the rotation.
I think Bosa will wait for a team that he really thinks that can compete as
Yeah.
well, or he'll go play with his brother. Which, in fairness, like the Niners, they were a pretty good team last year. They weren't terrible. Did they win 13 games?
11.
Yeah, okay. Well, they were pretty good, right? In a tough division. You know, they won a playoff game. I know Seattle demolished them, but we all knew it was Seattle and Rams over everyone else in the NFC. Right?
And you got to remember all the injuries they had as well.
Injuries
right?
as well. Like,
Yeah,
they got
you
Mike
know,
Evans coming in.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that it's not out of the. I think
They're not a
I
bad
don't
team.
think they'll be a contender next year. I don't think they can win a Super Bowl anymore. But I think they'll be good enough to make the playoffs and good enough to ruffle some feathers in that
Sure.
division.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
And then another guy, another ex 49er, Juwan Jennings, who
Oh, okay.
he thought he would break the market. He didn't want he should have just taken that deal from the Niners at the
Yeah.
start of last season.
I don't think he wanted to beat the Niners.
Well, he wanted 25 million a year was what he said.
I
And
saw that
basically,
as well.
as you said before, you can set your market all you want. And if you're the top of the top, your market will probably be met. But if you're not, the NFL humbles you very quickly when it wants to.
Yeah, because that phone ain't ringing.
And I thought, like, oh, he had a great year last year. Why is no one interested? He had 600 yards last year.
Yeah, it was like 50
With
catches
everyone
for 600
injured.
yards. Yeah.
And he had 9 touchdowns, which is a lot of touchdowns in the NFL. But also, like,
the year before, he was quite good.
yeah, he's a good blocker. He does all the right things. I like him as a player.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, the market's showing him that, hey, sign a 1-year prove it deal and have a big year in it, like at a Browns or a Jets or somewhere like a crap team. That's his market now.
Is he worth? He's not worth 25 million a year.
No, not when
Probably.
guys like Dobbs is getting 22. Shaheed got 17. Who was the other one that went to the Titans? Wandale Robinson got 21.
I prefer
22.
Wandale Robinson than Juwan Jennings, as much as that probably hurts his feelings.
I think Jennings.
There's more upside for Wandale.
There's more upside. That's fair.
Yeah, that's true. He is. Yeah,
Jennings, like, he's my sort of guy. Like, I love the way he goes about his football.
bit of dull.
And that's why I think he kind of ruined his opportunity at
He's
the
a
Niners.
good to a great 3.
That's what I mean. I think he just should have really repaired that relationship with Shanahan and stayed there. He probably would have got his 20 million for 3 years.
But I think Shanahan just rubbed a lot of the guys the wrong way.
No,
Yeah.
he definitely does.
He's got his boys club that he looks after, and then everyone else
Your
is just
CMCs and your Kittles and everyone else is just.
Did you
Yeah.
see Kittle talking about how he recruited Mike Evans on Bussing with the Boys?
no.
It's very interesting. So basically, he was like, yeah, he hit me up and said, oh, tell me why I should be a 49er. I thought it was kind of funny because Kittle was like, oh, like, it's a great club. We treat the players right. Like, all the starters on the plane get beds. I'm like,
Oh wow.
I'm like, kiddo, stop talking, man. Like you're making this sound really like top.
Jesus.
And I think that actually made me realize a lot about Shanahan, that if you're one of the boys, if you're one of the stars, if you're one of the starters, you get looked after. If you're not, you sit back of the plane
You're
with the other
chopped
guys.
liver, yeah.
And I think that it actually, I watched it thinking, oh, this is going to be a good story. And then the more he spoke, the more I was like, that sounds horrible unless
Yeah,
you're one
so
of the
I
really
missed
good
that.
players.
Yeah.
Like,
Which Evans would be, so it suits him fine. But I get
Exactly.
your point, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but Juwan Jennings, probably not.
and you could tell Kittle, as he was saying it, he was realizing this doesn't sound as good as I think it is. He's like, so you're like, the starters all get a bed. Like, we're all on a private jet. Like, don't get me wrong, we fly this many miles a year. Everyone gets looked after. And you could just see LeBron and Compton being like, oh, Jesus, you just told a lot of people a lot of things then. The other one, Stephon Diggs. That's the last one. What do we rate?
No one's touching him with a 10-foot pole. He's going to go to jail in 3 months.
Yeah,
Can I just say something on Stephon Diggs?
he's an
I
idiot.
think he's a fuckwit. He's as big a piece of shit as Tyreek Hill is. And the fact that the NFL and the Patriots didn't punish him when they should have last year. And I know they do this shit, and I call it out all the time, and it's not going to change. But I hope he fucking reaps what he sows. That guy's a sack of shit.
Stephon Diggs is a massive piece of shit.
Yeah. So I hope he doesn't get signed. I hope he makes no more money, and I hope he's broken 2 years because I can't stand
Well,
him.
he's trying to be.
Really, he had more kids than touchdowns last year. Like, he's literally Tyreek Hill that just has managed to hide it a bit better.
Probably on the piece of shit scale, a step behind Tyreek Hill.
Fair. But he's on the scale with him.
Oh, he's up the top.
He's-
Don't get me wrong. Like, you can't threaten your chef. And I think there was a physical
Threatened.
altercation.
Choked her.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I probably shouldn't do. I get sorry. HR Scotty's back.
No, it was not HR Scotty. I
you're right.
don't want to endorse that.
No,
You know what I mean?
For the record, we're definitely not promoting violence.
That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
step
we're not
tippy
doing
toe
that.
fucking
around.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
is.
We're all.
He should
yeah.
go to fucking jail. The only thing that's going to save him from jail is that he's an NFL player, and they will find a way to save him.
But why?
I agree. He's also washed. He wasn't that good last year.
Wash, whatever. That's a separate discussion. Like, the point is, like you said, when you're mentioning him in the same breath as Tyreek Hill as a piece of shit, like, the guy's a fucking scumbag. Like, he's done the wrong thing. He's got to pay the price. That's it.
Couldn't agree more.
You're fucking around on Cardi B as well.
Yuck.
Like, I'm going to keep my opinion
No,
close to the chest there because it's going to do no good. HR's got to be calling me in tomorrow morning for a meeting.
I think I said it best when I just said yuck. Well, let's leave it at that.
All right, now
Big
I've
juice.
got a bit of a fun one.
Should we talk about our worst? Yeah, thank you, Scott.
Sorry,
You asked us
just
to
got me.
have to come up with our worst
so I've done
free
some,
agent signings.
I've done some research,
for
boys.
this season.
Yeah.
No. For just not this season.
this season. I've got
This season. I thought we were going with my idea.
so I have got a list of the worst free agent signings ever.
Right.
Damn.
I've narrowed it down to modern. So it's over the past kind of like I've got one older one which I'll start with because I have to read.
Do you want to
Hainsworth.
talk about the ones from this year first,
and,
or
and,
not?
and then we'll do I want your ones at the end.
Done.
All right.
Alright.
Because I thought this was the idea that I suggested to you that we were doing like the modern one since like 2020. I've got one from 2020. Like,
Okay, well-
from that era.
He's probably got it too.
If I have it, cut me off and you do your piece.
Yeah.
The first one's a bit of a surprising one. It's my boy Andre Rison.
Oh yeah, okay.
He signed with the Cleveland Browns in 1995. So it was a long way back, but the story's good enough.
I
that
thought you were
have to
saying
tell it.
modern.
No, this is the only one that's not.
Oh,
is
okay. This is your old school one.
I had to bring this one up
Yeah.
because I did some bit of a deep dive into it last night, and I want to read you guys something. I've created a little bit of a blurb for it.
Go with.
After the 1994 season, Rison signed a lucrative free agent contract with the Cleveland Browns, largest wide receiver contract of all time at the time. So just
Yeah.
keep in mind that would be like 45 million, what Jamar Chase did last year.
Yeah.
All right. Art Modell, who had to take out loans for the signing bonus for a deal that totaled 5 years, 17 million. He
Yeah.
had to get a loan because of the guarantees to be able to pay him,
It's 95 though, so it's
Correct.
time. Yeah.
which was at the time the most lucrative wide receiver deal ever signed. Rison was expected to become the feature receiving threat for the Browns, who had made the playoffs the year before. Rison, who had been named to the Pro Bowl in 4 of his previous 6 seasons, had career lows in receptions, yards, touchdowns, receptions per games, yards
Wow.
per game. Rison also developed a feud with the Cleveland fans who were already angered over the announcement that the team would be relocating to Baltimore to go with his performance, with Rison later stating he'd received death threats mailed to him. The catalyst of his season in Cleveland was in the second last game where he played terribly, and while he was leaving the field, was getting booed and having stuff thrown at him.
Is this the
when they left Cleveland?
no? Is this the time when they all threw the bottle? Is it Bottlegate?
I believe so.
Yeah.
He turned to them and said, "Why you fucking hate me for? I'm not the one relocating the team." As he marched into the tunnel.
Nice.
Never to be
it.
seen
That was
again.
never to be seen again. Because when I saw a poll, I like Googled it, and when that came up, I was like, I have to read this because that story's fucking wild.
What's he
And
up
you know
to
what?
these days?
But
He's not in Cleveland.
you know what he is? He ain't gonna go broke. Not me, coach.
Yeah.
Not me. Remember the article, bro, when he pushed the glass, and it comes up with Andre Rison now works in a car wash.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty grim. The next one, Albert Hainsworth to
This is
Washington.
a shocking one.
Deal was $100 million. Essentially, he played well for 2 years in his last 2 years in Tennessee while being an absolute sack of shit. The team actually suspended him in his second last year for stomping on Andre Gorod's head from the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah.
Split his head open. He had 30 stitches, Andre Gorod. That's how bad the cut was. And the NFL only suspended him for 1 game, and then the team actually suspended him for the remainder of the season, which was 6 games, because they didn't feel the penalty was harsh enough from the NFL.
Wow.
That's how big a sack of shit this guy was. He took all the money, went to Washington,
Did nothing.
played 1 year, was cut, and then was basically
Patriots,
in the league
I think,
for 1.
after
I think
that.
he was in there for 2 more years or
Yeah.
something like that. But one of the biggest contract ever for a defensive lineman at that time, and they paid basically all of it for him to do nothing.
Classic Washington.
Yeah, he was. I remember when Washington signed him as well as a Cowboys fan. I was like, oh, that's not good. And he just did not give it. It was the ultimate grab the money, run. It was unreal. Next one, Brock Osweiler.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is. I said Kirk Cousins is a thief. This is bad.
Thievery. So he played 6 games the year, Peyton Manning's last year, when Peyton Manning was hurt with an ankle injury. Played 6 games. They made the playoffs. Manning played the whole playoffs, won the Super Bowl. Didn't play very well, but he got his contract again at the time, biggest contract for a quarterback in free agency ever.
Texans.
2 years, $72 million to the Texans. He didn't make it to the end of his first season. He was traded in the just before the trade period
Right.
in that season. They wanted to get rid of him so badly. Not only did they give him to the Cleveland
They
Browns,
attached picks.
they gave them a 2nd round
Yeah.
and a 6th round pick, and only took back a 7th for them to take the contract and take Brock Osweiler away from them. They gave away a 2nd to get rid of a player because the contract was so bad, on the proviso that the Browns would eat every cent
Yeah,
of it.
pay the money. Yeah.
Because obviously with trades now, they pick and choose how much money is involved. It was, if you take it all, we'll give you a 2nd too. Just take him, please.
That's a very
It's a pretty good way of getting off a contract.
It was very smart. Teams don't do that anymore. They're like, teams are like, no, thank you. We're not that desperate. Thank you very much. We'll just take our chances.
Yeah.
The next one, Kenny Golladay for the New York
this is the one I was
Is this
gonna
yours?
get.
Go.
No, you've got the blurbs. I was just going to go through quickly the. Yeah.
3 years, 72 million. In fairness to Kenny Golladay, very good player at Detroit.
Okay.
Good player.
He had I think 1,000 or 2,000 yard seasons.
Yeah.
Very good might be a little.
I think
strong.
his last season he had 1,300 yards and 10.
No.
touchdowns.
His last season he did the ankle or a hip.
I'm thinking his
injured.
last full season, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then basically never accumulated more than 10 receptions when he joined the Giants.
Yep.
Had an entire season without getting any touchdowns when he played the whole season.
Yeah.
After his first year, never got any more than 10 receptions in the season. First year only had 40 receptions, 0 touchdowns. Was an absolute bust. And yeah.
He had 0
72.
catches for 8 weeks or something.
Yes, I saw it was 9 weeks without a catch, or with 1 catch in 9 weeks or something like that. It was something wild. Absolute bust.
How do you play that badly? I don't understand how you can have 2 months with no catches. That's
Hey.
crazy, man.
Hashtag fuck the Giants. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, fine.
Actually, no,
Sorry.
we don't have to fuck them. They'll fuck themselves. Don't worry about it. Next one, Le'Veon Bell to the New York Jets.
Yeah.
So after he'd had a bit of back and forth with
he had the year off with the Patriots
Pittsburgh,
because he didn't sign Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Wouldn't sign
he
the
didn't sign the
franchise
franchise tag, so he wasn't allowed to play for a year.
sat an entire year, got a 3-year, $52 million contract. Keep in mind, this was almost 10 years ago now. So that was
a lot of money.
like,
for a running
that's what basically what Kenny Walker got now.
yeah.
And we don't pay running backs anymore. And that was 10 years ago. So it was a big contract. Basically, never had 1,000 yards, was terrible, bad locker room guy, terrible leader, battling with the coaches, fighting with everyone all
Well,
the
now
time.
he's trying to fight Logan Paul.
I hope he does. That'd be no, Logan Paul pussied out of it.
Yeah,
Shock.
because actually
Shock.
Le'Veon Bell's been actually in like fighting for the last like 5 years.
Yes. So that was the other one. Awful move. Again,
To be fair, though, like I'm just going to try and rationalize this for the Jets a little bit. Before that year off, he was one of the best running backs in the NFL.
correct.
Like, if he played at that level in his last year,
He was worth that
he
contract.
was easily worth that money.
Yes.
So you
correct.
can understand why the
The
Jets
contract
did it.
wasn't bad, but it's a very similar group of teams we keep talking about.
Yeah, we
right?
do.
It's
Shit teams with shit owners.
Washington, Giants, Jets,
Yep.
Texans back then were pretty bad. Like they were a newish team still. They were trying to work it all out. Like I call it the pre-JJ Watt Texans. That's when they kind
Yeah.
of turned it around.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fair.
Next one. Speaking of teams that don't make a lot of bad calls, this was one of the more shocking ones I can
Ravens.
remember. No, this is the Philadelphia Eagles. Namdi Asamoah.
Oh, that's shocking.
This was one of the most bizarre moves ever.
The Eagles were shit back then, though.
Yeah,
no,
so
no. We weren't shit. We weren't
Yes,
that
he
shit.
were. He tried to do the All-Star team with fucking.
yeah, it was the
Michael
it was the-
Vick,
it was-
Deshaun
It was the
Jackson.
dream team
Yeah.
with Vince Young and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. That was the era.
yeah.
It was highest ever contract for a cornerback. He was an All-Pro the year before in the
At
Raiders.
the Raiders. Yeah.
He played 1 year for Philly before they cut him. That's how bad he was. And then in fairness, he played like 1 year for another team and then went off and started being an actor.
I don't even think he played the full year. I think he was like
He might not have.
maybe like and he was out of the NFL. Like,
It was like one of the worst contract. It was the biggest drop off I've ever seen from a player.
I don't-
And it's not like the Raiders were a good team or anything. He just must have been a perfect scheme and he played well for a couple of years because he was elite.
that fall off needs to be. There needs to be a documentary about the fall off of Namdi. I don't understand how he went from the best corner in the NFL to 18 months later he's out of the NFL.
He doesn't give a fuck anymore.
I know he's just, when you hear him talk and stuff though, he doesn't seem like that sort of a guy.
Mm.
That's why it's surprising. Like he didn't seem like a guy who's just going to take the money and run.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying this because I'm a Philly homer, which I am.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I am. No, I know what I am. I have self-awareness. At the time when they made that deal, he was the best corner in the NFL.
he was. Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
it's not a bad deal. It's just he
bizarre.
just played like shit.
Yeah. Weird one.
Yeah,
Very
But
weird.
that's what makes it a bad deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like, how are you supposed to know? Like, you're literally signing the best corner in the NFL. Like, you think that
Hey,
you don't think that he's going to be out of the league in a year? Like,
Did
that's
you-
crazy.
did you not hear the scout from Moneyball who got fired during the movie? When I know, I know.
That's actually.
And they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay,
I watched that recently. That's so good.
Such a good movie.
Best
But,
movie ever.
like, as I said, he's the best corner. Like, you're not going to think that. Yeah, he's just going to.
It was wild. As a Cowboys fan, I remember thoroughly enjoying it. Being like, how the hell has this happened? He was so. I wanted the Cowboys to get him. I was like, no. Oh, great. No, great move, Philly.
great. And now, he went and became an actor. That's right.
Yeah.
So weird.
Couple more. Chandler Jones to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
This one's, it was 2 years, 3 years, 51
Is this-
million.
and then he.
And then he went fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
And they had to cut him because he was so. It was in like the AB Raiders, that sort
Yeah,
of timeline.
I remember that.
Gruden. He went off the fucking rails, was filming himself, like racking up lines in his bathroom and
Yeah.
with cash
Shout
everywhere,
out.
and just went crazy, which is unlike the Jones boys, but apparently that's it.
It runs in the family.
Apparently, that's exactly how it
And it's like he's actually, his play was fine. He just went crazy, right? Next one.
Those Jones brothers are all a bit crazy.
They're all a bit crazy.
Like,
Oh, the older, I think the older brother, did he kill himself?
Bones
he,
Jones.
he did.
Arthur
he did.
Jones?
He did.
Yeah.
He was a
he did.
very good football player. I think
Yeah.
it was last year he did.
Was
And
he?
obviously,
Fullback or was he?
No, he was a D end. He played,
D-end,
played mainly
yeah.
for the Colts. He
Yeah.
was a very good player, like a 9-year vet, 10
Yeah,
year
that's
vet
right.
sort of
he's a
guy.
good player. And so
Very
and,
sad.
and obviously the other brother is John Jones, who's the
Bones
probably the
Jones,
best,
Yeah.
who's
probably the
obviously.
best
Pound-
fighter ever, in my
Pound for
opinion.
pound UFC,
Yeah.
yeah. So they're a great family, but he's been crazy. Too many hits, I think.
Yeah,
The other one, Nick Foles to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
Obviously, the run, won the Super Bowl, was phenomenal. Gave him 2 years, $88 million, $68 million guaranteed. Did not make it to the end of his first season.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Was
right,
benched for
yeah.
Gardner Minshew and then was cut.
I
Yeah.
remember the bench for
Yeah.
Gardner. That's right.
And then that was peak Minshew with the bandana and the mustache and
Yeah.
yeah,
Crazy. Like just never worked out.
Minshew mania.
yeah, that's right. That's,
Also,
that's
like-
what I was looking for.
I think everyone knew when Jacksonville did that, it was like, this is a bad.
Yeah, yeah,
At that time, Jacksonville were the poverty franchise of the NFL, right?
yeah. They were struggling.
Yeah.
The move itself, I don't hate, but the money is way too much.
That's why it's on the
It
list.
needed to be like half that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay.
Wild from like 5 full games. Now, this is my number one, and I saved it to the end because the money doesn't feel that high. doesn't feel that bad. But the fact that this guy never started or played a game for the team he was traded to, Matt Flynn to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, it was a great move by Pete Carroll. It set up his entire legacy and everything. But to sign this guy for, I think it was like top 5 money at that time.
So this was off the run that he had
He threw
Green Bay.
He threw 6 touchdowns in the last game of the season for Green Bay, broke their record. I think he tied the record in the NFL at the time, but I think it's been broken now by, I think Peyton Manning broke it.
No, and Nick Foles has 7.
And Nick Foles 7 as well. I think there's 3 or 4 that might have it now. But he was the hot thing. It was like, this is the next guy. Pete Carroll went and got him. Russell Wilson got drafted in the 3rd round. And hey, again,
Wilson
this was
beat him out in training
legacy setting because everyone was like, what is Pete Carroll doing?
Yeah.
And then the rest is history. Russell Wilson goes on to be, I think he's the best quarterback in Seattle's history.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think
Hasselbeck
was very good. And like, I think Darnold's in that category now.
No, I think
because he won a Super Bowl. Like it elevates you.
Peak Russ is.
Yeah, Peak Russ was good.
Like there were years where he was MVP for 3 or 4, like MVP quality for 4 or 5 years.
That's
he was a
fair.
top 3 quarterback, and he was playing with Breeze, Manning.
He was
Brady.
a star. He was such a good player. Like he was unbearable at times, but he was a very, very good football player.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yep.
So that's mine. George, hit us with
So
one of yours from this year.
You asked us to come up with a couple, and in classic Scott style, didn't come up with any. So I've come up with 3. For this.
I'm going to have a look at the wording in this while you do that.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. You're still wrong, but that's fine. Like I still love you, but you're just wrong. So I've come up with 3. So I'm going to go from the best to the worst. So the first one I had was Tua to the Falcons. Now, why the Falcons decided that they needed to get another injury-prone quarterback in the room to go with Michael Penix, who's got no knee cartilage left.
Old wheelchair Penix.
So basically what they've done now, their QB room consists of a guy who's got no knee cartilage and a guy who's got mashed potato for a brain. I actually think the only reason that they signed Tua was because he's left-handed.
I like how you're saying all this, but then when we're talking about Miami, you're like, why do you get rid of him?
No, the only reason I said to not get rid of him is because of the amount of money you have to eat.
Fuck the money. Yeah, we all say that the cap's a myth.
Fuck the
Can I lay
It's
one?
$60 million. What do you
Can
mean,
I
fuck
say
the money?
one thing why this contract isn't bad? It's
That's
because of the money.
1.2 mil.
It's
Yeah,
vet min.
I'm
It's
not talking about
nothing.
the money. Forget about the money. It's just
Yeah.
dumb. Like, why do it?
He will play meaningful snaps for the Falcons
Because
next
they've
year.
already had Kirk Cousins. They don't want him back, and they need to get someone that can.
You are taking Kirk Cousins 11 times out of 10 over Tua.
Did you watch Kirk Cousins last year? He
Like,
was not
He
good.
did throw for 450 yards one game.
No,
That was the year before.
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was way
That was
better
the year
than
before.
Tua last year.
I would take Kirk Cousins any day of the week over. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's a grim decision. I don't think I'd ever
Yeah,
want
no,
to
I'm
make that
saying if they're
decision.
your options. you
But
take
I
Kirk
would
Cousins.
I would take Kirk Cousins over.
They had Kirk Cousins. They didn't want him.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre.
So then
I think
the
that's
next-
a money
the
thing,
next
though.
one-
If Kirk Cousins was 1.2 million, they were both vet men. You're taking Kirk Cousins.
But
Yeah.
they're paying, but like they were going to cut him anyway. They could have got him back for 1.2.
Just add it onto the tab.
Nah, but I'm telling you now, mark my words. Before the season starts, Kirk Cousins will be starting on a team.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe. We'll see.
The next one we'll just talk about quickly because we're going to be talking about it. It's Willis to the Dolphins. I just think it's a dumb move, as I've spoken about.
Yeah.
I
don't get it.
They've literally sold anyone that's of any value. They've traded away and gotten picks in. They're rolling him out there. Essentially, he's played 5 or 6 good games for Green Bay.
Yep.
Before that, he was bad at best.
Yep.
Like he was just a bad player in Tennessee. He looked really bad. That's why they got rid
He
of him.
actually, he didn't play that much in Tennessee.
No, he only played like 3 games.
I think he only played 3 games.
Well, he
there.
didn't. Well, the game
And it
that
was
played
bad. Don't get me
was
wrong,
bad.
because Will Levis took his job.
Yeah.
And Will Levis was awful too. But yeah, I think there's this
That's-
myth that
talk
he
about
was
grim,
like
talk
that
about
he-
grim QB rooms.
that he crashed and burned in Tennessee. I don't think he ever really got an opportunity.
No, he was never got an
So he's
opportunity.
played 5 or 6 good games for a high level organization, and
Yeah.
he's parlayed that into a good sized contract. So good for him, but I'm just concerned that he's going to struggle.
I think it's a bad. I just think he should have gone to a different team.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
I'd love to know how they sold him on it at the time. We got Waddle. Now I was like, hey, you've got A-Chain.
Yeah.
You never know. Hey, it might work
So
out.
I have faith in it.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope you're right because, like, I want, as I said, I'm on record. I want everyone to do well. So I hope you're right.
Including Mahomes.
so he can make Super Bowl so we can beat him again.
Oh, are you
guys gotta
thinking
get
you
there,
guys
though.
are going to get there?
100%.
Oh,
Back,
my
baby.
God.
I remember remember he told us earlier he revealed that secret that he's a big Philly homer. I didn't know, so I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So we're breaking news here. We're news breakers.
Hey, facts.
Last, certainly not least,
Oh,
the
no.
worst free agent signing in
Yep.
this offseason
Okay, here we go.
is the Indianapolis Colts giving Daniel Jones
Thank
$45
you.
million a year. What?
No, hang on.
After tendering
After
him,
tendering him for fucking $10 million less. What are these? Like, there's inept, and then there's that. Like, what are you doing? Like, you put him out to
the
tender.
Colts jam are the guards from Austin Powers. That's how inept.
Yeah.
they are.
Not
I
you,
don't know what they're
random guy turning knobs.
And then they got rid of Pittman, just
Yeah.
like to add salt to the
And they
wound.
got basically his number one receiver. So they put him out to tender for $37 million. No one took a bite because no one wanted to give
2
up.
years, 88 million.
Yeah.
Which can
60
reach 100 million
Yeah,
with
and
And it's
incentives.
60 guaranteed.
No, 50 million fully guaranteed at the signing. Oh no, 60 mil total guaranteed.
Yeah, total guarantees. So 60 mil total
50 million up
guarantees,
front.
up to
Yeah.
up to 100 million in value.
Can we
for
just
Daniel Jones?
Can we just do this like it's like, hey, the majority of the time you've been in the NFL, you've been a pile of shit. You've played 4 good games against dog shit teams.
Correct.
Then you started nosediving down, and then you've had leg injuries, which you've always been injured. You've played one season, you've played all 17 games,
Yeah,
and
that's true. Yeah.
and we're going to give you this huge wad of cash.
Here's 50 million up front, big dog.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. It's wild. When you could get Patrick Willis. I wish we could get Patrick
They
Willis.
probably could get Patrick Willis to be better.
Yeah. You got
quarterback?
They
I don't know,
could've
bro.
Probably
Probably
got
better.
Malik Willis for 24 million.
Yeah.
And they tendered him at 37 and gave him 10 million more. It is
His
fucking
agent,
wild.
dead set, his agent is the best agent in the world.
His,
Is it-
agent,
is it
his
Kirk-
agent's got photos of Chris Ballard doing
Is it Kirk
unsanitary
Cousins' agent?
things.
Is it? It has to be. Has to be the same
Potentially.
guy.
It's wild. This just tells you that you don't even have to be a good quarterback to get paid. You really don't.
I just don't.
And I
understand.
like Daniel Jones. He's a likable enough guy. Like,
The guy's good, but the
He's just not
quarterback
a good
sucks.
We're not talking
Just
about
not
him
a
as a
good bloke.
bloke. We're talking about his level of play. His
Yeah.
level of play is not worth $50 million.
I thought we thought it was a bit high when they tendered him at 37. We were like,
I was
let's let,
against it at
let's, let the
37.
let's let the market decide. And the market was like, no one fucking wants him. Here's 8 million more.
no. 37 a year is a fair price for Daniel Jones.
No, it's not.
Who would you prefer, Jones or Willis?
Willis, every day of the week.
Nah, I think in Indy, I'll take Jones. Because you got to remember those first 7 or 8
Willis any
games
day.
as an offense, they look good.
They looked good handing the ball off and
We don't have to do this again.
Taylor
we're
getting
not doing this again.
180 yards.
We're
and
not
they played against a
talking
good
about
defense.
we're not talking about that glamorous run of the Colts in the first 8 games of the 2025
30,
season. We're
35,
not doing it again.
hang on a minute. 35, 37 million is a fair price for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, it is.
That's
But the
fair.
quarterbacks, my issue is the quarterbacks under him at that price range are better than him.
Correct. Many of them. Actually, just while we're quickly on quarterbacks and free agent signings, how funny is Geno getting traded back to the Jets? We didn't even bring
Actually,
that up.
I actually don't understand what the Jets are doing. I don't even think they know what they're doing.
Nope.
And
I
if
don't want a quarterback that can throw it to feed Garrett Wilson as many fucking catches, yards, and touchdowns as physically possible so they can keep him, or they can trade him off for the highest value
Sure,
possible
sure.
and just complete reset.
which is what they should
Fire Aaron Glenn and reset the whole thing again. And for the 40th time in my lifetime, I'm only 37, so that just tells
They-
you something.
do.
That's how bad
And I'm
They did
on
2
record-
resets in 1 year. A couple of
I'm on
times.
3 times.
I'm on record saying this. They really need to just hand their license back.
Hey, Woody Johnson's got a lot of money, remember?
Dude, he's he's like one of the richest owners in the NFL.
I think
Dude, he's got that much money that talcum powder is known to give people cancer, and it's been swept under the rug.
Yeah.
If you got that kind of money, like you've got genuine fuck you, man.
That's like money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like rich people are like, damn, he got money.
Yeah.
It's so funny that Geno started at the Jets, couldn't start because he fucked over a teammate and didn't go to a camp. And then the teammate was like, give me the money back.
Yeah,
And
for
he-
flights. That was
$600
all it was.
He's like, you pay the money back, you embarrass me. I look like a fuckhead. You give me the money back. So he said no. So he broke his jaw in the locker room.
Locker room, yeah.
Rex Ryan never defended him. He was like, nah, Geno's. He then cut Geno and then sent out that player to the handshake when he was playing for another team to shake hands with Geno at the start of the
That's
game.
right. Yeah.
Like-
I remember that. Yeah.
The guy, and then he did well to reset in Seattle, and he had some good years there. In fairness,
Oh, he had
but,
some good years. Yeah.
and then and you know what his reward is? Back where you started, big dog, have fun.
No. Good years in Seattle rewarded him a trip to the Raiders so he could suck
to gain the first overall pick.
to get them the first overall pick, and now he's going to go to the
I don't
Jets.
think he'll be as bad as what he was at the Raiders.
No.
I think he
think
can be productive for him and put some yards up, and that's
No,
all they need.
I
They need
actually-
some sort of entertainment from
You
that.
know how?
I disagree. I think he's going to be awful.
Do you know
Could
how
be.
that
It's
year?
the Jets, bro.
You know how that year that Rodgers had that last year he had, and he was not great, and it was like
And
their
he was
second,
like
it
third
was
best quarterback all
third
time.
best quarterback
It's true.
season of all time.
You had like three.
Gino
you had like
could be the
3,500
best
yards.
quarterback in Jets history.
Well, I don't think they've ever had a 4,000-yard pass for the Jets. It's
He
not
could-
unrealistic if he plays every game they get that because they just sling.
He could do that. Like it's not out of the realm of possibility that he's just slinging the ball around. Like he has that capability.
Imagine if they win 3 games and he breaks like all the quarterback records because they're that bad still.
He will lead the league in turnovers next year.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and they won't care. They're tanking for the number 1 pick. They'll sack Aaron Glenn next year unless the defense is elite and he turns it all around, and then they go, all right, defense is elite. Let's get a good OC.
Defense
and-
won't be
and start
elite because
again. But I don't
everyone
think
on
it will
that
be.
defense is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Stop. They're going to go from no interceptions in a season to elite in one off season.
Yeah, they got Deshaun Wright,
Come on, bro.
who's a good corner.
He's
But-
a good corner.
The
That's
poor
not gonna-
kid.
That's
Look,
not going to happen.
take a 1-year deal anywhere else, man.
But shout out to
Uh,
Geno Smith. He got the Raiders the number 1 pick this year, and
He'll
then he's going
probably
to
go
get the
to the
Jets the number 1 pick next year.
The funnier part with Gino is that
I think-
Shanahan,
No,
Shanahan.
Kubiak's fighting
Q-
3 times.
Yeah,
or something.
Kubiak comes to Seattle and goes, Gino's out, and they're like, cool, we agree. And then they're like, hey, guess who the coach is going to be at Raiders? Kubiak. Hey, Gino's got to go.
Oh, he as soon as that press conference broke that Quebec was going to be the coach, he knew his paper.
2 weeks before the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
Kubiak's like, I'm only coming if Gino goes. They're like, we'll work it out. Leave it with us.
The best thing, like the Jets are like, we'll trade for him because if he hits free agency, there's no way we're getting him.
Because he doesn't want to go back there. Of course not. No way. Well, so he can get the other side of his fucking face broken. No way.
Oh,
All right, very fun, boys. That is it for us this week. Hey, if you think we've missed a free agent, one of the worst, like a worst free agent signing, let us know. Comment on it. If you think we've missed the worst one
worse
this
than
year,
Daniel Jones, I want to know.
yeah, let us know because we'd love to know and get some interaction. Shout out to the Sporting Globe Churnside Park. Thank you, as always, for supporting us. It's very much appreciated. Download the app, head in there, have a meal, have a few drinks, watch the footy, and make sure you put us as your sponsorship and follow us on all our
We'll
socials.
go and watch a footy there one night. We'll go watch a Carlton game there one night.
Can we watch any other team play? And I
No.
love Carlton.
I bleed navy blue.
I actually bleed blood.
shut
Believe it or
up.
not.
Whoa, Scott, that's very.
Oh,
aggressive.
I'm not
Thank
talking
you.
about
Scotty,
AFL.
Scotty from HR's back.
Thank you.
Follow us on all our socials, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And appreciate everyone who's been commenting,
Ooh.
reaching out. Absolutely love. We had some really positive comments this week on all socials. Like, I
Oh.
actually mean it, saying like a lot of Americans saying it's great to hear Australians getting involved in football.
They're still calling
It's
us
awesome.
English.
No, they're starting to learn,
Damn.
which is bizarre.
Can we get
Is there
more
a man-
negative
That is
comments? We thrive in chaos.
Oh, can we get more negative comments so Scotty cannot read them and message
Yeah.
me going, hey, anything said today? Can you read them out to me?
That's so funny.
No, it's only when you're having a meltdown. You're like, oh, all these comments. I'm like, that's anything about me. And you're like, no, like, oh, sweet.
It happened once.
Yeah.
All right, the Patriots and vindication. I was
Yeah.
right. All right. Peace out, everyone. We'll see you next week.